So my apologies for not looking at the camera. I am going on about a 40-minute drive, and I wanted to give you my take on Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson, if you still care. This video will not be edited, and my opinion, as usual, will probably be unpopular. So, I don't think that people understand how calculated things are in the media space. In the media space, everything's calculated. Most celebrities have social media managers. Most celebrities, some of them sign NDAs before and or after they have sex with people, before and or after they go on dates with people. Everything is calculated. And if you all pay attention to my post in the community tab, or in the community space, if you've seen my post, I posted here and there about having had a career in media. Now, I only had my foot in, or maybe even my toe in, and I already could see and feel how it was, and I didn't really like it. So I said to myself, if I'm gonna work in entertainment and media, I'm gonna have to go about it my own way, which is why I'm on YouTube. That's why I'm on YouTube. But going back to Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson. So two things can be true. So something I learned from my therapist is that two things can be true. And I think that as you get older, a mature way of thinking and an open-minded way of thinking is that two things are usually always true, sometimes multiple things. So, because my default is to say that a big part of Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson's relationship was about PR. And the two things that are true is that I do still believe that a big part of their relationship has to do with PR, but also it's possible that they could have really been for real dating and perhaps in love for a little bit. Both of these things can be true. And I'll give you an example with Lotto, Sexy Red, Cardi B, a lot of these women, even Sukiana, a lot of these women who get pregnant, a lot of times, I mean, the pregnancy is real, it's a real pregnancy, but they couple it with a rollout, an album release, a tour. You know, it's very convenient how, you know, now being pregnant is like the new marketing strategy. Like if you're a female rapper and you're pregnant, it's like, we got to coordinate the album to, you know, around your, around this baby, and not in the traditional way of like, oh, you're gonna have a baby, you're gonna need time off. No, you're pregnant, this is the best time to get the most eyeballs on you, the most attention, and let's maximize this while you're pregnant. And you see Lotto, Cardi B on stage with a huge baby bump when they probably should be resting, but with a huge baby bump, dropping it, twerking. And two things are true there. They are really having a baby, and my assumption is that they really wanted to have a baby. But also, the other thing that's true is that it is a marketing strategy, a tool used for visibility. Okay? I feel like I have a lot to say. So that is what I think is going on with Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson. I mean, I really do think that their relationship always came off kind of PR-ish to me, but let's just go with the assumption that they were really dating, they were really in love, or at least Megan was really in love, or whatever. Maybe Klay was too. Let's just go off of that. You know, I don't think I know a lot of people are saying it's about the three, you know, she's a 304 and whatever. One side is saying, you know, she's a 304. The other side is saying something about him cheating and, you know, all men cheat. All this, I don't care. I think the thing that, I mean, yes, we can use this as a teachable moment, which is what I think people are doing. But I think the biggest teachable moment actually has nothing to do with that. Because I look at more, not this is what Megan shared in her Instagram stories, but why did she share that? Think about how many women have been cheated on in entertainment media who don't share anything. And you can think about someone like Beyonce, who made it a part of her, marketing strategy, you know, and it was a part of her art, but it was also a part of the way that she marketed herself. And it was, more importantly, this is where I need you to really pay attention, it was a way that she connected with women. Beyonce, I'm talking about. When she shared that Jay-Z cheated on her, it was a way that she pulled so many women in. And so many women related to her because of what she had gone through and the fact that she shared it. So it was very strategic. And best believe it wasn't, you know, I mean, I'm sure Jay-Z approved it and the whole team approved it, and it was very calculated to share that. So I think that this is the same thing with Megan. It's calculated. I mean, there's a reason why she's sharing it. We have to look at the history of Megan Thee Stallion, that as a rapper, musically, she has not been doing well. Granted, she's kind of moved over into acting a little bit, but we know her as a rapper. So she put that Lover Girl song out, and it pretty much flopped, or it seemed like it flopped. And I think what we're dealing with is someone who is trying to rebrand, rebuild their image and figure it out. And I think initially her team, because this is not all about Megan, her team thought that, okay, let's rebrand you as a lover girl. You're either A, you're really with Klay Thompson, or B, we paired you with him for PR purposes. And so let's capitalize on this moment, rebrand you as a lover girl. You're going to make this song called whatever it's called, talking about popping it for your man. And hopefully that will give you, you know, some different visibility, or at least excite your fans. And it failed. So now it's like, okay, that failed. You're going to have to go back to being a hot girl. And I think the realization is that, you know, I think Megan is aware that over the years, she's lost a lot of fans, and a lot of women in particular, even with the whole, you know, Klay Thompson thing. I think some people were supportive of her dating him, but some people were like, I just can't relate to you right now. You're cooking Thanksgiving dinner. You're not twerking and doing the things that you used to do. So yeah. And what am I trying to say? So yeah, it's I think that what we're gonna see is some songs being released. I don't know, maybe some tour dates dropping. Like, pay attention to when people come out and share, when these celebrities come out and share intimate details from their life. Pay attention to what precedes that. Pay attention to, okay, it's not like they're just sharing this, but oh, they have a book coming out, or they have a new movie, or they have a new song, a new album, a tour. And so I think we're going to be seeing that from Megan. And I think from the marketing PR standpoint, you know, this was genius, because everybody is talking about her and everybody's talking about Klay. And I think, you know, I mean, Megan is probably the one who probably needs the sort of the comeback, if you will. I mean, I think Klay probably needs to come back as far as like sports. I don't know anything about the sports stuff, but I think Megan definitely needs something to get people more interested in her. And you have to understand, in the world of media, like, all, and this is when I think of Ray J when I think of this, but all visibility is pretty much considered good. Like, just to have someone's attention is a big deal, and it pays. And so even if that visibility and attention is negative, it's still a win with regard to the point, which is, you know, in entertainment, the point is keeping people interested and engaged, however you have to do that. So this, and I know people are saying, oh, I feel so sorry for her. Don't feel sorry for her, because from a marketing standpoint, she's winning right now. Everybody's talking about her. Every time I open the YouTube app, it's like, you know, it's all over the place. So this is actually going to help her career-wise, I think if she can put out music that people like, it's probably going to help her with her female audience, with the women who, you know, she may have been losing before, and women who were kind of losing interest in her. I think it's going to I just thought about something. I think I'm gonna go a different way. I think a lot of these women are now, I think I'll stick with what I was gonna do. I think I'll stick with what I was gonna do. Okay, I think a lot of these women are now going to be interested in her when they otherwise wouldn't have been. I think a lot of people are going to be, and I think a lot of people right now, are interested in what's gonna come from her, what's gonna happen next. And best believe she has a team telling her to maximize on this moment. Okay? That is what I need us to all understand. So this is essentially how I feel about the whole thing. I mean, I do think, I guess the other, and this is less of my opinion, but I mean, is there a part of Megan who really wants to be a wife, really wants to be a mom, you know, wants to kind of distance herself from the hot girl image? Perhaps, you know, maybe. But I think that is, you know, and so is there a part of her that's really genuinely sad and disappointed and hurt? I mean, she's a human. So assuming this was a real relationship, absolutely, I'm sure that that sadness does exist. But I think this is more about, again, looking at, why did she share this information? And I think there was a very calculated, strategic, marketing-based, promotion-based reason for her. I'm not talking about him, but for her to share this. I think she needed a level of visibility. And guess what? We all have given it to her. She is winning right now with regard to visibility. Not winning necessarily in the relationship space, but in the space of entertainment media, which is capturing people's attention. She's winning. So this is my very unpopular opinion. Let me know your opinion and what you think about this situation, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.